Hey, okay, so we've been trying out some lighting here. Uh, we've been trying out some lighting here. This is a different set of lighting. It's not just a nighttime one. I have two lights on. None of the side lights are on. So we're gonna figure that out. We're gonna set it up. We're gonna figure out how to set it up in the studio fashion very soon. But testing this lighting out and seeing how this one goes. And one light's more pushed back and the other one's here, sitting here. But today's discussion for the moment, because I haven't recorded much of, I did record a few videos today, but I haven't recorded enough. So we're gonna run this podcast style. Podcast style? Nah, I'm not doing podcast just yet. Here you go. Alright. So I'm planning a new series, and so episode 1 of whatever I'm gonna call this. You know what? Screw it. Let's call this the first podcast. Two lighting sources. We got ourselves mic'd up here. The podcasts are usually about an hour long, right? Let's call this the first podcast, bro. So hey, I mean my honestly here with you. I've always wanted to do a podcast, right? I've always this is podcast is probably the first thing I talked about before really settling into YouTubing or deciding YouTubing, podcasting, right? Now you can't do everything, so I'm not going to prioritize this. So the first podcast, episode 0. We don't even have a mic actually set up. Episode 0 here. Bam, big O's. Episode 0. Future plan. Oof, cooking. Future plan. Nehemiah's Work Smarter and Harder podcast. All about improving your life and ability to work and be smarter to have more time. Bam! I don't know. We're going to work on that. But the thought of it. So I've always thought about having a podcast. Even now, I still look at podcast gear and equipment. I was thinking about getting the Rode. It's like $1,000 for like 4 mics, 4 headsets. And I was thinking about getting that because it's probably my best bet since I already use some Rode equipment here. These mics are currently Rode. And I'm going to say the first time I really mentioned a podcast to anyone was with my buddy from Texas, Missouri. Now, how I met him is actually kind of wild, you know. I'm 20 years old now, but back then it was like 13, 14. And to be honest with you, we met on a game. Yeah, like 7th grade, 8th grade. And then COVID happened and we're stuck. I didn't even have a home. I was in the shelter. And there's this game called Brawl Stars. And it's so funny thinking about it. So there's this game called Brawl Stars, and that's actually my first YouTube channel that I started. It was about Brawl Stars, really. And mobile arena, a mobile game, a mobile game. So like your League of Legends knockoffs for mobile devices before Wild Rift came out, way before Wild Rift was the thing. And man, it's still so funny to think about it. I was heavy on the mobile gaming. So yeah, so then we had Brawl Stars. So I can remember just grinding out, doing videos, playing. I actually had relatively high trophies at the time and the experience compared to like your average Brawl Stars player. Because this is early Brawl Stars, so like I had like 900 and I was on the global leaderboard for having like 900 trophies on Penny main, bro. Shout out my other Penny mains. So it's funny thinking back to the game. Like I genuinely love that game with passion. It's changed so much. I've tried getting back into it. I'm straight unk. Like take me back. You know, hit me with a retro Brawl Stars moment. You know. But yeah, I can't even remember how I found TNP. That was the group where I will meet TNPO. I will call him by his user tag. And that's the buddy from Texas, by the way. And then as well as there's a few other TMPs. And that's where that journey will take off. And that's where we first started talking and meeting. and it was just like, oh, he's he's the owner. He's the owner of it. And then I was really into the Brawl Stars scene. He had a Clash of Clans and Boom Beach, I believe. So the Supercell games, Supercell GO at that point. And yeah, so I want to say like low key started taking over the Brawl Stars a little bit because like I guess I was trusted. We were just talking all the time, talking about life more than that, figuring out things, being able to express things that we normally wouldn't be able to express otherwise. And so that's how that kicked off. It's actually been a while. I think it's been like a little while since I've spoken to him. Last I know, he went to a Bruno Mars concert, so shout out to the bro. So I want to say not too long, like a year after, yeah, had it been my freshman year, I talked about having a podcast. Like I talked to him about having a podcast where we can just talk and do these things. And it's another reason why I know for sure like content creation as a whole, this videography, learning these lighting skills, like this is all like it's always been me. I don't know why I've been terrified of it. And I have gotten into work before and it was like, oh my god, overwhelming, blah 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 blah. But life is hard, and the more I'm going through the hard stuff here and doing it, I'm like, oh no, I hear, like I'm starting to hear that voice deep down inside really come out and take over, which is why I'm recording this here now. I do expect this to be a long session podcast, right? But okay, back to the story. So yeah, that's when I first mentioned, wanting to do a podcast. I want to say I was outside early in the morning. You could hear the freaking owls freaking screech. Don't recommend it. Owl screeching does not sound pretty out here. They're not the owls who be like, not your wise owls. And we talked about like things to talk about on here, and I just genuinely did not know, I didn't know what to talk about. And then, so let's like fast forward a bit. I think I've talked to a good amount of people about podcasts. Even today I had a thought about the studio and all that stuff. It's like, yes, it sounds nice, the idea is there, so it's lovely, right? It's great. But my priority is this, the personal content and everything. That's the thing about focus. You have to stay focused. But I can discuss this with you here. Like, why make an episode 0 now? Because I know that's where my motivation is. And when I go to edit this guy, guess what? I got more content from my personal account. So I can also break all of this up into shorts. Well, that's a beauty. Okay, any tip I can kind of give right now is the beauty of long form content is if you do it right and you are a little bit conscious of it, not too much, you start becoming like naturally able to do it, I guess. The more you just ingrain your brain to think in certain patterns, and then you can just split this video up, bam, 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 and create a whole bunch of shorts. I haven't done it yet for all my long form videos, but YouTube allows you to like clip up your long form videos too. So either shorts or just shorter videos can be made out of your longer ones from a segment piece. So that is a beautiful thing to think about. So yeah, there's that. And then I really fell in love with listening to podcasts. And then what's that guy's name? Chris Williamson made the cinematic podcast with the lighting and all that well before I even started doing this. I'm like, whoa. I was like, dude, he's doing like what I've always kind of imagined. He's had some of the most beautiful sets and set making things. Now, at the current moment, I'm not making any money from even this personal content here. I'm betting on myself here, like drastically. I am working a regular job, so I can't spend that much money like that. That's crazy, Put me out of the loop for a while, which I've already spent too much crazy money, and I've already confirmed to myself that I will get better financially, so I'm not spending when I don't have it, as well as making more money than what I need to spend. So those were some goals I'm working on here as I'm 20, and I just genuinely I'm gonna lock in and develop these skills here. Because even if I make millions of dollars, if all I do is spend, then I won't have it at the end of the day, which will push me to make more. But I want both. I want my money to work for me, and I have it to spend. I know at some point I'll stop spending because I will figure out what I actually need instead of buying all this other stuff. So yeah. Ooh. Something else I want to talk about is working out. Working out. I want to discuss working out real quick. Actually, let me set a timer so I don't go too far. It's 8:24, so let's set like let's set like, alright, I might not have to set, I might have a timer for it. We'll go 20 more minutes because I gotta organize this stuff and put it up too before I go to bed. Okay, so it's not gonna be the longest podcast, but let's talk about working out real quick. I've been into it for a while. Like, it doesn't look like it, but like I've been into it off and on, and I found that consistency matters the most, 100%. But consistency is like a mix of resistance but also mental framing, because it's like, well, also just like, why are you working out, you know? Like, really figure that out. Because even today, well, today with working out and my diet and my body, I was like, you know, let's see how my body becomes when I eat the way I want to. And when I say I eat the way I want to, I eat the way I envision the best self of me would eat. Because ultimately that will be the most beneficial for me, and therefore would be what I actually want. And more than likely need. I'm like, what do I mean by that? It's like, sure, you get these sugar cravings and blah, 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 right? But when I think about myself, it's like, why would I eat things that make me feel unwell, unhealthy, and get in the way of my actual aspirations and dreams? And like, it's just no value in that. So is it really what I want, or is it just pleasuring my brain? Because I don't want pleasure in my life. Like, I could really care less about it. Like, I'd rather have fulfillment. Like, there's other priorities well before pleasure, so it's not something I would really want. And that's allowed me to be here where I'm like, I'm eating my meals, I'm slowly incorporating the salads, the things I know will help my body feel better and my brain just, but also resting. Even when I'm on this grind, like, I guess I can't call it a grind, huh? 'Cause I'm not really grind culture. I'm work culture, where it's like, do the work, just do it. Like, I don't know what's stop. Like, work is the only thing that gives you anything to work with, you know? Otherwise, you're stuck there with anxiety, laying in bed, imagining all these things. I've been there many of times. Too many times. Even when I took this 3-month break from content, I started with that. I ate 3 meals, I stayed working out, and I slept. I did that. It took me 3 months to recover from badly taking care of myself beforehand and just grinding it out, as people would say. It took me 3 months to recover and get to this point here. But now I'm eating 3 meals, I'm working out, I'm sleeping good, and I'm producing hella content. I just had to realize, talking about it right now, I have never told myself that. I have just never told myself that. It, like, as soon as I said it, it like just positively reinforced, like, wait a second, I needed those 3 months. Those 3 months were for a reason. Those 3 months just taught me that taught me consistency. But it also allowed me to build and improve properly. This brain clicking moment. I was like, wait a second. Maybe everything that happened today happened for a reason, because now I just saw that was a massive improvement within 3 months. and now I'm already like in June with my content. My content's already in June. When this comes out, it's being recorded in May, but it will be uploaded well into June. That's whoa, guys, whoa. Maybe we should do podcasts more often. I'm just having a like whoa moment. Like wait, I did start accomplishing these things. You can't accomplish everything at once, but when I'm looking at it at a wider time frame now, I'm like, wait, no, I got this done. And now I'm doing this. And now I'm doing the money. So, okay, I gotta give myself more time. 100%. I had to put in a broader time frame. Okay, that's crazy. That is a crazy realization there. It's just my brain right now is like, wait, this is making even more sense now. Everything I want to discuss, everything I want to talk about, it's all making a lot more sense now. It's whew. You got to see it here for podcast 0. Dang. That's crazy. Okay, anyways. What I was saying is building the life you want comes in very interesting ways. And there's one thing that snapped me out of it, because I do consume a lot of information from people online. And I do compare, I guess I did say compare it, so maybe I do compare a little bit of my life to the people online. And then I try not to be in my head too much, like be in my head enough to make actions work, right? You don't want to just be working in loops and not improving anything, and then you wonder why you get no views. You know, you wonder why you're not getting any results, or not even results necessarily, but you wonder why it's like things aren't going. Maybe you feel dead about it. Consistency, yes. Improvement of the same thing is different from having the lady in the red dress there. So yeah, which is hence why I got these lights. I did get more camera gear. Like, should I have bought all of that? Maybe no. Maybe not yet. But I have been getting in a better position every time. And so, as well as pushing my skills, that's what I'm doing here. It's been nice. Now, you're not gonna get to see all of this until later on. So I'm gonna just, like I said, I'm committing to my gracious plan until it's done, where it's 1 video a day and then 5 shorts a day. So 6 videos in total a day, and then that's just for the rest of the year. Like, I'm committing to that plan no matter what. Like, that is a plan I'm committing to for the rest of the year, and everything else I improve on and all that. Well, the thing is to complete the plan, because I've never completed a plan. So even if I know I can like push more out in a day right now, which I can 100%, I'm not going to. I'm just gonna get them ready for every other day until the year is done. Once the plan is complete, then I will move to the next step and produce more content.
Sorry, can I cook 2 bags of noodles?
Every day. I was a little bro. I live with my family still. I live with my mom. It's another reason why I gotta make it, bro. In terms of making it, I mean, like, being able to just focus on this as work. In terms of monetary value, it would be nice to have a lot of money, because as a little kid, I told my mom I would get her 1 car for every day of the week, which actually, I'm not gonna lie to you, is still pretty into her, because if I can become a very successful, well, my goal is to some point get enough equipment that I can have videographers and editors out there doing stuff and create a little marketing gig business. But yeah, anyways, back to what I was saying. Kind of forgot. I just know this life is a daily thing. And I think we forget that often. Life is so daily. And as I'm going through everything I've said so far, life has definitely told me, take the risk. Not dumbly, not too wisely, you know, not too much in your head, and not too much of just raw action. But at the end of the day, as long as you're alive, you can always change right now. Because you don't change tomorrow, you change right now. Even if your actions don't change for the rest of the day, and you do change tomorrow, that's because your head and your mental space here, your mental environment, something today changed. Or essentially it's the start of a catalyst for tomorrow. And maybe there's an event tomorrow waiting for you to help you change your life. Something else I'm gonna do too is just show up better here for the camera and myself. Show up better for myself. Although I'm definitely gonna have clothes for that. I do have a lot of clothes. Not yet. They're all coming. I got some cool stuff to show you guys because this is my life content channel and I get to show off fits. So we're gonna be showing off fits, bro. It's gonna be great. Here's the muscle gain so far. I don't know what to show. Oh, my shirt. So yeah, podcast 0. I'm hitting the end of my wits as this was unplanned. It's just something that came up in my head. And pink sticky notes. I'm looking at one. It says kill look with volume of work. Work smarter and harder. You see, things I live by. And then for my family, I must win. Oh, June 12th execution. I don't know what that's. Oh, I do know what that's about. That's because that would be like the 1 month results for me. Yeah, that'll be the 1 month results for my YouTube channel. June 12th. It will be a whole month of time. And so I can check how my channel is doing and my analytics and whatnot. Well, we gotta get through the roughness of it, get through the rough content, and then all of these ones will be uploaded, which slowly get better every time. And a lot easier to do, I will say. I've been... It's true what they say, you kind of get bored. It's like a weird feeling between bored, interested, excited. I can't really say nervous because I'm bored, but like not actually bored. I don't know. Maybe it's like, then again, I've already uploaded over 100 shorts and they're all just being waited to publish every day. And so when you're speaking that much, especially to a lens, I'm not perfect at it still, but especially to a lens, it's kind of like you do start getting used to it. The lens becomes a person. You see this light flickering a little bit. So this should be almost over. See, now I'm trying to run down the timer. You guys will get to see that here. Podcast 0. Not that many ideas here. My brain's at the end of its wits. It's the end of the day. I do want to go to bed by 9-ish. I think it's already 9, but maybe like 9:30. 9:40 something. Okay, so I'm gonna finish my room here and then clean up my car tomorrow, just to inform you guys, and then hopefully get the brakes done. This video is actually almost done here, 87%. See, and that's for the 31st. So May is done. The May content is done, guys. May content was nice. It was a beautiful start for a comeback. And a correct comeback. I gotta stop looking at myself in the thing. And you're probably like, it's easier to just flip it away to get used to it. I want it there so I could get my brain muscle working to like always just be like, screw the distraction. I'm looking at you. Right? That's the way you can prove you cannot be distracted. Granted, some distractions are a little bit too in front of your face. So yeah. In terms of business wise though, I'm thinking about starting to branch out a little bit with a little bit of free work with some friends, just to have some fun creativeness. Maybe get like a little thing going. Now that I know I can do a few solid things. So yeah. After this I'm gonna pack up everything. No more recording for tonight. That's kind of it. Just straight uploads. And then I gotta upload all the videos from this SD card onto my computer. And then I gotta always make sure to check my DaVinci Resolve. Proxy Media. Not only proxies, but there's something else. So yeah, guys. Rest well, sleep well, eat well. Honestly, just those 3 things alone will allow you to go a lot further. The eating well, sleeping well. And sleeping well is adjustable. When you're doing work like this, there are going to be times where you sleep 5 hours, but that is where you have to put the gas in yourself. And so do it. If you really want it, you have to be able to do it without the feeling, without the motivation, and without the energy. Why? Because that is where your real self will always pop up, and your decision then and there will matter more than your decision when you feel good. And that's always been the truth. Because you will think back to that moment and be like, deep down, I know when things get really hard, I give up. And that's not good or supportive for yourself. So just don't do it. Now, define giving up too. Make sure you know what it is to give up completely. But sure, you may have hit a few rocks. Slow down. Slowing down ain't a problem. Keep going. Alright? If you gotta move slow for a bit, move slow for a bit. I'm gonna be honest, it ain't a problem. And I hope you have it in your head. It ain't a problem. If you gotta slow down, slow down. I did that too. I've had a good few amount of days of slowing down. Today was my least slow day because I'm learning how to work and how to actually be productive and how to actually do things that are valuable for myself and not just be busy, right? Like this here, it's like, well, what's the value in this? I genuinely really wanted to start working on my lights, and when I go color grade this, I will know how it went, and I will get to experiment more setting up the lights. And now I'm doing sunset and then a white light, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good content. It's gonna allow me to push for my other content as well. The 20-year-old thoughts of a 20-year-old before 21 series. It's gonna be YouTube short formatted, I should say, because I don't plan to make those long. Just simple, short questionings. Because as a 20-year-old, I don't even have proof for much. I lack skills and all these things, but I'm building them. I'm drastically building them. Which is what I mean by proper busy work. Like building my skills, building these lighting skills, working on them. Building my body, building a daily schedule. Oh man, I didn't even get to work back on the scheduling today. I want to complete that soon. I was just looking at this AI. I don't have the money for it though. It's like AI thing you can pay for a year. I do annual plans, so I can stack up bread and just have it there. Oh man, there's a lot. There's a lot that I get to learn. It's gonna be so fucking fun, bro. I know, because that's genuinely that's what I mean. Like I just said that because it was real. And you're like, I know you're like, what? But like, I'm sorry, I just realized that in myself. Like I just said that. Like I really just said it's gonna be fun. When before I would be like, fuck, it's a lot of work, blah 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 blah. I was like, that is a change in itself, and I acknowledge that. I'm like, yes, more of that, bro. Because like honestly, that real you, that dog in you, like that thing just starts coming out, and then you start being surprised with yourself. But it's good to recognize it too, so you don't get overwhelmed by your own change. Because I have had that happen before. I think that's what happened when I took the 3-month break. I was like, whoa, I was like, I'm so different, blah 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 blah. And then it was like the old me got to take over, because I was like, whoa, I just don't feel the same person. And it's like, I'm not supposed to be the same person. Shit's uncomfortable. All of this is honestly to a degree uncomfortable. I got equipment everywhere. I got fucking sticky notes everywhere. I'm actually doing this shit. Like, and that's reality. And it's tiring. It's hard. Like, it's hard. But like, I've gotten to learn so much about how I actually am and what actually matters, and develop these skills even further. Being able to do this, I'm gonna look back to this and be like, you know what? I wasn't even doing hard work yet. And how do I know that? I've at least gotten to talk to 2 people who are pretty successful, and they're working all the time as well. And I've already been told from both of them, like, yeah, it gets lonely, bro. But like, that's because you're just not there yet, and the people who are with you at the current time, just for the most part, they're not there yet either. So when you're trying to get there, you end up kind of going away because they're not working on it. Like I said, it's not that they're bad people, just they're not your good person. And I've been feeling that lately. Ooh wee. Yeah. Oh, sorry I did this so tired. It's gonna be fun. I'm actually using a magic arm for one of the lights, so it's actually pretty cool. Oh, look at the shadow casting. You can see it. It's two shadows. You can tell there's two lights in here. It's funny. Oh, there's my alarm. Alright guys. Podcast 0 is done. Checking in. Now, you may be curious, when's the next podcast? Maybe in 2 months, 3 months. It's actually someone I know who wanted to do podcasts too, so we will see. We shall see. We shall see. Hopefully I have 4 mics by then and then be able to do a podcast time to time. But for now, it's just your boy Nehemiah. I don't even remember what I called the podcast in the morning, so we're checking out. Hope you guys have a blessed one. Hope you guys enjoy the listen of a 20-year-old alone ranting.